Hi, my name is Mackenzie Pickle. I'm in the 12th grade and I attend Bainbridge High School. This is my Laws of Life essay. My title is The Little Jaybird. My maxim is by Joseph Campbell and it says, "We cannot cure the world of sorrows, but we can choose to live in joy." My character traits are perseverance and joy in difficult situations. In the early morning, the sounds of chirping birds fill the beautiful skies. The birds' chirping blends together to form a harmony unlike any other. However, the coo of a small mockingbird drifts up over the symphony of the others. The mockingbird is unique, subtly strong, and it has a voice that soothes and calms. The other birds hush to hear the mockingbird sing. Through the brightest days, the mockingbird's song rings through the air. In the darkest nights, the mockingbird still carries its tune. Even when the mockingbird breaks its wing and can no longer fly, its hymns can be heard. No matter what challenges my paternal grandmother, Nana, faced, her melodious voice could always be heard whether she was humming softly or singing as loud as she could. Singing a song always lifted her spirits, and it showed me that she always chose to live in joy rather than letting her circumstances get to her. Unfortunately, Nana suffered from cancer as long as I've been alive. For a few years, when I was going through elementary and middle school, she was in remission, so we thought she was going to be okay. But as I entered high school, her cancer came back. This time, it was different than the doctors had seen in her before. She fought for a few years, but eventually we heard the words we dreaded hearing, that her time with us was coming to an end. In February of my junior year in high school, I found out that Nana only had a month left to live. I was devastated. It felt as though my life was crumbling. The woman I looked up to was slipping away from me. I always knew she would pass away someday and that she would not always be in my life, but this soon? I could not wrap my brain around the fact that I would not be able to feel her warm hugs or hear her cooing voice sing to me ever again. The weeks leading up to Nana's passing were difficult, to say the least. Watching the woman who always seemed so strong and invincible slowly become weak and lifeless was one of the hardest things I have ever done. I held my Nana's fragile hand as she sat in silence, looking at her relatives around her. I know that she wanted to comfort us more than anything. She was always selfless and caring like that. This time, though, it was our turn to comfort her and make sure her last days were filled with love and care. About a week before Nana's passing, she lost the ability to speak and to sing. She loved singing hymns about our Lord, and I know it broke her heart that she could no longer sing on this earth. As Nana lay in bed, my family gathered around the piano near her room. If she could no longer sing, we would be her voice. Papa, my grandfather, was sitting beside her, holding on to her as we began to sing. I could feel their smiles as they heard the chorus of their children and grandchildren ring through the house. Papa patted Nana's hand and got up to come sing with us. I saw the tears welling up in his eyes as he walked up to me. "Hey, Jaybird," Papa softly said as he approached me. I smiled and continued singing as he stood beside me, harmonizing with me in my ear. We sang for a couple hours, and it felt like everything was going to be okay in that moment. There was no sadness or fear, only love and joy filled the house, and I know Nana was at peace. In the midst of sadness and grief over the mockingbird, a little jaybird rises up. The jaybird learns that joy can be found in even the darkest of times. Singing a new song, the jaybird smiles up to heaven, knowing the mockingbird sees her. Every now and then, when the sun is shining and all is serene, the jaybird can still hear the sweet mockingbird humming beside her, letting her know to keep on singing through whatever troubles she faces. Thank you.